speak to more Gooners. I'm going to come to Brandon next. But Will, Madrid tonight, I want to say is what you actually did call yesterday on the Top 6 show that you could take a battering tonight, didn't you, Will?
Carlo out. Fuck this guy. Sorry. Carlo out. Let me tell you something right now, bro. What really pisses me off, and we'll get to the game, but what really pisses me off is when I talk about my club, right? And when I say how shit that we've been this season and how bad we are from set pieces and these things, and then I got to hear idiots talk to me about I'm gaslighting or, oh, you're trying to do like the, what's it called? The humble gimmick or the underdog stuff. Brother, this is the Real Madrid experience in 95 minutes. This is what I've been seeing for 9 months. But usually what's different is that we scumbag our way to get something, whether it's a draw or a win. Tonight, we did not. I'm not even mad at the goals that we conceded because what can you do about that? No goalkeeper in the world is saving either of those free kicks. The Mikel Merino strike was a very good one as well, right? But what's really pissing me off is the fact that we did nothing. For 95 minutes, we did nothing. And I told you yesterday on the Top 6 show that we're not going to dominate Arsenal because we haven't dominated anybody all season. We've lost almost every big game that we've played. This is nothing new. This manager is a fraud. Why are you starting Luka Modric if you want to counterattack? Why are you starting David Alaba at left back? This guy has no legs. Anybody that's talking about, well, was Bukayo Saka rushed back? I guess not. He absolutely cooked today. He didn't even need a goal or an assist for people to rate what he did. He was dangerous, putting the ball into the box. My front three, trash. Vinicius, continuous, disastrous performance again. This guy lost out on the Ballon d'Or, and he's lost all of his powers. I haven't seen Vinicius since December. I don't know who the hell that is. Mbappe today didn't really get that much service, but still had that one chance in the first half. Should have did better there. I think what's really annoying me as well is that Rodrigo, he's going against Miles Lewis-Skelly. Respectfully, Miles Lewis-Skelly is a nobody, okay? This guy is just broken into this first team. He's the weak link in that Arsenal defense. Vinicius is going against Jurriën Timber. Mbappe is going against Saliba. Why are we not getting the ball to Rodrigo on the right wing and allowing him to run at Miles Lewis-Skelly? But it's because my manager is a dumbass. The guy has no tactic. It's just eyebrow raises, individual brilliance, and the power of friendship. He has no clue what he's doing. He needs to retire. He's washed. He sucks. We talked about it. He's been a hero for us, but he stayed long enough to where now he's the villain. I don't think any club in world football should be bringing in Ancelotti once he gets sacked in a few months. And I would sack him tonight. I would have sacked him after we lost to AC Milan. But Florentino Perez, I guess he's getting senile. He's like 78. He might have to retire as well. Because why is this manager still here? It's unacceptable. Every big game, we have been getting slapped. So, look, congratulations to Arsenal. 3-0. All that I got right now is just faith, right? I've seen some madness happen in the UCL over these last 10 years of me supporting this club. I think we got a 5% chance. But we had a 1% chance against Man City before Rodrigo came on. So who knows? But we bottled La Liga. We more than likely bottled this Copa del Rey final in a few weeks against Barcelona, who've already beat us 4-0 and then 5-2. So if this guy goes 0 for 3, you know what? But one positive, and I'll shut up. Let everybody else go. One positive I'll take away.
Keep going,
I'm
bro.
glad that Florentino Perez got to see this. Because now this means that we're going to make signings. We're going to be aggressive, right? He's been getting away with it by making like one signing here and there, right? We've been acting real frugal. We're broke billionaires. We need investments, and some of these players need to be shipped out as well. So it is what it is, man. Carlo out, though.
I hear you. This is basically, I'm going to summarize everything that Will just said with the most apt meme ever.
I've got nothing left. I've got nothing left.
So most Americans know the meme. They don't know who that is, but big up Ian Bill. Dio and Igawa backstage. We will bring you in. Obviously, we've got 10 on the screen in a minute. We will get you guys in, so stay tuned behind the scenes. But Brandon. This is what you asked for. Your manager, your players delivered tonight. And I know you're going to speak on it, but I would like you to also touch on Lewis Skelly as well, if you could, because I don't want to forget about his performance tonight as an 18-year-old against, against Rodrigo. But what did you make of tonight, Brandon?
I've got to admit, Tel, for the first 20 minutes of this stream while we was backstage, I was still picking my jaw up from the floor. Like, lost for words is the best way to describe it, because I did not expect what we just saw tonight. I don't think any of us did, right? To be honest, going into this game, I had no expectations. My expectation was Real Madrid haven't been that great. We haven't been very good this season either, really. There's one or two games that we can point out throughout the season where we've been pretty good, but for the majority of the season, not that great. But the one thing that we can always say about Madrid is in Champions League, they are a different kettle of fish. And, sometimes they do scumbag their way through, but they know how to get through in this competition. So going into the game, I had no real expectations, right? It was just, for me, it was more, just go there, give your all and, see what happens. But not necessarily we have to win the game, because I didn't really expect that. But to win it 3-0, Terry, at home, comfortably, by the way.
Yeah.
We should have been winning that game in the first half. The amount of crosses that Saka put in the box that, if we have a natural striker, maybe they get on the end of it, and the amount of chances we created. Arsenal have barely created chances in games all season, bro. Like, we've struggled in terms of chance creation as much as what we have in terms of having a natural finisher in front of goal. So for us to create that many chances like we did tonight against the best team in world football in terms of Champions League, heritage, trophy, haul, and all the rest of it, I was shocked. I really was. And even before the Declan Rice free kicks, I thought we well deserved to win that game. In the first half, it's a bit disappointing because, like I say, we created so many chances, and I'm thinking, all these chances we created, we haven't buried any. Is this going to come back to bite us? But in that second half, absolutely unbelievable. And I think, every single player and the manager deserves credit for tonight.
Yeah.
I think when you look at the lineup, it was very predictable. I think we all knew that sort of lineup was coming. But the difference that I noticed tonight in Arsenal, right? And again, we haven't seen this all season until I've been calling for this all season. Arsenal must move the ball quickly. Arsenal must start playing one-touch, two-touch football in order to break down low blocks, in order to open teams up. Tonight, it was like we had the energy back that we showed back in the first season that we competed for the league title, where we just constant press, one touch, two touch, moving the ball quickly. Madrid could not cope with us. Like, we was just on it tonight, every single man, to a man as well. And again, why I wasn't so confident going into this, you look at that left side, you're looking at Miles Lewis Skelly, young 18-year-old kid, done very well, but this is a big stage to be performing on. And you've got Kivior next to you, who nobody in the Arsenal fan base really rates. He's had to come in because arguably our best centre-backs got injured. And them two were brilliant tonight, absolutely brilliant. Kivior was brilliant alongside Saliba. Miles Lewis Skelly, well, what can you say about this kid? Not only was he fantastic at defending tonight, but the way he moves the ball as well, the way he runs at players, the way he moves past players, opens up that space. He can find the pass as well. I think he's really, come on leaps and bounds since he first came into the team. And lastly, Tel, I know Declan Rice is going to get all the plaudits tonight, and rightly so, because them 2 free kicks were phenomenal, by the way, right? But Bukayo Saka, I do not want to hear a single person ever put slander on Bukayo Saka's name ever again. And let me tell you why. Yes, he was up against David Alaba tonight, right? But the one thing that Arsenal have been missing while Saka's been out is a player who grabs the game by the scruff of the neck. Now, again, another thing that was worrying for me going into this game is not that Bukayo Saka's back, but the length of time he's been out injured. He had a grade 3 hamstring injury that required surgery, and you're throwing him in to a massive game like this. And he didn't look like he'd been out at all. The guy is absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah.
He's absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah. No,
don't ever
it's one of the there's always games and always moments, and it's more for Arsenal fans to remember than anybody else. But whenever you're in a debate, whether it's on Space, on a YouTube channel, friends in a pub, and someone does tell me about a performance that Saka's had when he didn't get a goal or an assist. You just mentioned this game, and there are other examples, but yeah, he was just brilliant. And when you consider, as you say, the context, he's been back for 3 matches now. It's the first one he started. He's been out for 4 months, having his hamstring reconstructed, to come back in on a Champions League night and cook the greatest Champions League team ever, who are current Champions League holders. Yeah, very, very, very special performance from him tonight. There's no doubt at all, Brandon. Viewers, keep it in the like button.